How you doing, guys? Zane's Every Boxing Dosage here, back with another video. In this video I'd like to give you my prediction for this upcoming fight. It's going down this Friday. It's the return, I can't believe it, it's the return of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Obviously can't believe that Mike Tyson stepping in the ring again at the age of 58 years old. It's truly unimaginary, if you'd asked me before, but it's happening now. And yeah, what can I say? Like, as soon as this fight's announced, like, the age difference is crazy. Jake Paul's about 27 years old, and obviously Mike Tyson's 58. And logically, if you without thinking they were fighters, if you put a 27-year-old in there with a 58-year-old, you're generally gonna know the difference in youth, you get me? So, like, obviously the younger fighter would win, but this is no older fighter, this is Mike Tyson here. And, being a guy that likes to come forward, and that the last thing to go from an aging fighter is his power. So, especially someone like Mike Tyson, who was once the heavyweight champion of the world, the youngest heavyweight champion of the world at that. You get what I'm saying? Youngest heavyweight world champion. And, but this is just a different era, and I think he was knocked out quite brutally towards the end of his career, Danny Williams knocking him out. I remember that fight as well. He just wasn't the young Tyson that once was very ferocious and, had that sort of fear behind him, Do you know what I'm saying? So, this is an old aged Mike Tyson, but don't get me wrong, he did fought, I think it was a year ago or something, against Roy Jones Jr. It was an exhibition fight. And it went the whole distance. He did quite well in that fight, to be honest. But this is a younger fighter, and Roy Jones Jr. was old as well. Do you know what I mean? But I can't believe this fight is actually happening. But Jake Paul's not great as well, if you ask me, man. There's been a lot of opinions online and everything, saying that Mike Tyson could knock Jake Paul out. And I don't know, man. Something in my gut saying he might, but at the same time, I think the logic favours Jake Paul in this fight, in my opinion, man. He's just going to be too young for him. Like, the only way Tyson gets him is he's got a puncher's chance, yeah. Let's be real. And I think because of his age, he's got to go for it early if he's going to, hurt Jake Paul. Do you understand? You got to go for it the first couple rounds, because he's the older fighter, so he may gas out in this fight. His conditioning and stamina might not be that great at 58 years old. You understand? But at the same time, this is no joke. This is Mike Tyson, the youngest first world heavyweight champion of the world. You understand? And he's an all-time great, and I give him credit for that. I think he won the world title against Trevor Berbick. Yeah, I remember that fight. I remember the fight where I stayed up to watch the Lennox Lewis fight, you know what I mean? When I was younger, so that was mad. I remember Tyson from them days, man. But it was sad to see him get knocked out. It really was, man. And that's the worst scenario that can happen in this fight. Come on, man. Jake Paul's not even that good. But, he's decent, You can't deny that. He's got a bit of boxing skills for a YouTuber, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, like, he has won on a few occasions, But he did lose against Tommy Fury, and no disrespect in Tommy Fury, he's not that great as well. I'd say maybe Southern Aryan title. You know what I mean? It's not even British level, but if you ask me, it's no discredit to him. But you know what I mean? Like, He's the only one that beat Jake Paul, and he was an actual boxer. So you know, he also fought Nate Diaz. Then he also won the distance with him, and he won the distance with Anderson Silva. So you know that Mike Tyson's gonna be hard to knock out even at 60. But you know he could get knocked out. You know, he's just too old as well. So there's lots of scenarios going in my head right now about how this fight is gonna play out. There's you know there's a few scenarios, but you'd have to favor Jake Paul, man. You know, I can see Tyson possibly getting a knockout miraculously in the first, second, or third round. You know, that's where I think he's going to be most dangerous. But if it goes past that, I think Jake Paul has got the fight, in my opinion, in the younger, fresher, youthful, more sort of like, well, how can I say it, more energetic fighter as well. You know, work rate, and he can box a bit as well. And that's the kind of problem I see Mike Tyson having. You know, if he starts missing his shots, you know, maybe he might get more tired, and Jake is just using his feints and jabs to, you know, keep Mike Tyson at the end of his jab and just moving around. Maybe that could work for him, you know, but at the same time, there's gonna be times where Mike Tyson is gonna catch Jake Paul, and I don't know if he can take the punch, you know. But let me tell you one thing though. Let me say this, yeah. If this was Mike Tyson from way back in the days, bro, Jake Paul wouldn't last a round with this guy, let alone 1 minute. Do you understand? Jake Paul would have been gone to sleep if that was the Mike Tyson back then. Let's be real, yeah. That's me keeping it 100, you know? So, but now, this is time, innit? Time is gone, but you just never know, man. I don't think Jake Paul's that great as well. So, you know, if you ask me, like I said, Mike Tyson's best chance is to win in the first round, 2, 3, or 4 rounds max, and then I just think Jake Paul's gonna take over. But bear in mind, this is an 8-round fight, but it's a 2-minute round fight. Do you understand? So this could very well go the distance, because I think if Jake Paul couldn't knock out Nate Diaz and he couldn't knock out Anderson Silva, I think Mike Tyson may have a good chance to last the whole distance. And bearing in mind, it's 2-minute rounds, so they're quite quick. They fly by. But at the end of the day, he's a 60-year-old man, and you just don't know how reflexes will hold up with Mike Tyson. You understand? But my final prediction, guys, I'm gonna have to pick one, and I'm gonna go with Jake Paul. And I think he's gonna win this fight on points, but I'm not sure. It could be a knockout as well, so I wouldn't bet the house on it. But I'm gonna go with Jake Paul by points. Let me know your thoughts, guys. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Sayings of your boxing dosage. I'm out.